Hello, everyone. Kim and
Hi.
Sarah here. As you can see, Mom is in her total tropical getup. We thought this was funny. We're actually wearing the same earrings. Because there's a freaking gigantic hurricane rolling through that came, I think it went through Texas and now it's going through DC, but like
Last
massive,
night.
size of half the size of the country or something.
Yeah, it's big.
But we felt very tropical, so we wanted to be, even though it's smoky here and not super fun to be outside.
It's smoky there and rainy here.
Pouring down rain there. I wish we had the rain, but we both feel very tropical inside. I got my plants.
Yes.
I'm good.
We did have a discussion of grounding out in the pouring down rain. I was like, I'm going to pass on that today.
Yes. Although I would do it. If it was raining here,
I've done it before.
I'd be outside. I've grounded
It's legit.
many
I've done
times.
it in the snow.
Yeah.
I've done it in the snow and the freezing cold.
Yes. Very important.
But
that earth energy.
figured I'd keep the warmth on the inside today.
Yes. The fire within.
Yes.
So today,
the goddess energy.
The goddess within. We really wanted to discuss giving.
What do you want to discuss?
I want.
What? What do you want?
Would like, according to our planning for this video, to discuss
2 seconds worth of time.
What meaning are we giving the experiences in our lives? And are we prepared for the gifts that the universe is granting to us? Because everything is a gift. And then I know what you would say, Mom, is because it's the present. It's a
present. Yes, actually, but you said it for me.
Well, yeah, because I can read your mind.
There's that too.
Not necessarily beneficial when we're trying to have a discussion, but
no, but it is fun.
It's fun. So I would love to hear about your experience today, which is totally along the lines of this subject.
It's just silly. So I decided I was going to go to Mom's Organic. I had to pick up a couple of things that I wanted, and
by the way.
Huh?
It's a market, by the way. I'm just telling everyone.
Mom's Organic Market.
The grocery mart. Organic market.
This rolls off my tongue like everybody knows what Mom's Organic is. Yeah. This is my go-to place. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm pulling into a parking space, and there's one in front of me that's available, right? So, most people, I don't know most people, but me, if there's one available, I'm going to pull straight through. So when I leave, I don't have to back out. I can just go. I mean, obvious logic, right?
And it's kind of a small parking lot. Like, it's not an easy parking lot to navigate.
It's not a huge parking lot. Exactly. It does have a lot of parking spaces, but again, it was raining, and, I'm going to the closest one I can, the parking spot closest that I can, which is still like 10 up. And so I pull straight through, and there's a huge SUV to the left of me. So I pull straight through, and I see this vehicle, which I didn't see when I pulled through, and she looks at me like, and then she goes, like, A, I knew she was there, which I did not. And B, how dare me pull through to that space, right? Exactly. And so I just watched her,
and I bet there was a spot right next to you open.
Oh, 16.
Yeah.
Beyond me.
16 of them open. She could have pulled in. Just the one that was.
So I watch her, right? And so I just went like, well, I didn't back up. I did nothing. I just stayed in the spot because I took the spot, okay? It's a parking space.
You weren't going to Band-Aid her and back up and get out of the way, especially because of the energy she was giving meaning to the situation.
Like, such a dramatic. Anyway, so I watch her, and she does exactly the same thing I did.
She pulls right.
So she goes down 3 spaces, and then she pulls straight through, just like I did. And for a split second, I looked out of the corner of my eye because I'm like, if I get out of this vehicle and she does at the same time, like, is she gonna like kick my ass or something? Because I took this space. Like, I have no idea. So it was an interesting, it happens, you know, but even if I would have seen her, which I didn't, I still would have pulled all the way through in that parking space.
Oh, you wouldn't have taken the spot. If you knew she was pulling in there, you wouldn't have taken the spot.
No, but if she didn't have her blinker on and wasn't intent on that one spot,
of course,
then I would still pull through.
Yes.
Like,
you're not gonna tiptoe around the world.
So no, absolutely not. So, like, in thinking about it, like, you have just in that everyday kind of scenario, situation, whatever, you have like a ton of reactions or responses that you can actually come up with, right? Mine was just to shrug it off.
You could have flipped her off, or
I could have
reacted,
but I didn't. I could have thrown my hands up exactly the same way she threw her hands up, right? And I'm thinking, it's a parking space, okay? It's a parking space. Yes, it's raining, yeah, but it's a parking space. And I don't know. It was just an interesting kind of where was I going with this?
Well, I mean, it's the meaning. Like, she gave it negative meaning, but
yeah,
let's
exactly.
be real. She wasn't prepared for the gift, potentially, in that either the awareness of her being triggered or the negativity, like feeling like you were doing something intentionally,
right,
to impact her movement, or like, rather than the negative, like, it's so that's the gift in it, right? Her recognizing that. Or the gift could also be, oh, this person took my spot. Maybe their door is going to get slammed by another car. Mine's not, because I get this other spot. The universe was giving me a gift. But a lot of people don't look at the gift in either the awareness of the reaction or the trigger, or the negativity that is within you that you are going to project on another and have that be a mirror for you, or just the beauty of the gift of, this was supposed to be this way. The universe never lets me down. God, source, divine, spirit never lets me down. It always ends up okay. So why am I going to assume the worst?
Yeah, exactly. And like, look at how it could have played out another way, like, just for a split second. So, because I just kind of smirked it off, like, with a little smile and a shrug, right? I didn't feed into that energy. I just, like, oh well. Hi.
But okay, so, but I could see.
But what if I reacted the same way?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, I mean, it was a diffusal of a situation, but at the same time, I still didn't know. And, you're minding your own business, right? Never does it occur to me that someone's going to have a horrible reaction because I pulled into a parking space. Like, right?
You're just in your own good vibration, having a good time, pulling in, trying to be as close as you can, because of the rain, pouring down rain on the East Coast. And yeah, but here's the thing. We get to the point that, like, no matter how you respond or react, the other being that's involved, if there's another being involved, is going to take it in whatever way is within them. Because your little smirk, not like a smirk like nasty, but like just being nice, like, sorry, I didn't see you. Somebody could have taken that as, I got, I mean, people are going to take whatever you put out as whatever is within them, whatever needs to come up within them for them to maybe be aware. So the universe is always giving us gifts.
Exactly.
What is the gift in it?
And like, so I triggered her by pulling through to that spot, right? So I triggered her, but she was mad at me. So she wasn't thinking about how she reacted or responded. I did that to her to cause her inconvenience of some sort.
Yeah.
But actually, if you think about it, when she pulled down those 3 spots and she pulled through, she was actually closer to the front door of Mom's Organic than I was. So she did get a huge blessing.
Yes. And hopefully, I mean, she didn't come and kick your ass. So
No.
hopefully she realized that in that gift, right? And it's so funny because we never know how people are going to react these days, because
no, my gosh.
And like, but also in that, like, I know from personal experience, I don't ever expect anybody, like, yeah, stuff crosses through my mind, but like, I'm not ever going to expect anybody to be nasty to me. And I know that if someone is going to be nasty or be crazy or like whatever's going on in the world, even if it comes to like control entities or government or like whatever, like I'm good. I know nobody without has control over me and what's in except me.
Yes.
And I expect the gift, and I expect the transformation, and I embrace it and I encourage it. And I think that we can even go into, like, rather than just like interactions like that, like, are we prepared? Like, are we whole and solid and grounded within ourselves? And I don't want to say doing the work, but like allowing those things that trigger us and those things that need to move through us and be expressed and released. Are we allowing those things so that we are prepared for that, the gifts that are in that point in our journey that are really supposed to come into our lives?
So that's a really, go ahead.
That are gifts and like even engagements with others, business opportunities, relationships, friendships, experiences, all of those things.
Yes.
If we see them as like, even the most amazing things sometimes can feel like an inconvenience, right? It's like, oh my God, this is too much. I don't have the space for this right now. This is like, we're looking at it as something that is not necessarily good when it's actually the greatest gift. And so we can look at that with things that might be perceived as negative or positive in both ways. So what meaning are we giving those things? And for me, what I've come to recognize is that when you just stay in the energy of allowing and not attaching meaning to anything, just knowing that like the journey is perfect. The experiences are perfect. We're being gifted all the time with those things that our soul is calling in, whether they're given meaning of something not so great or not comfortable or something great. And so when you're in that energy, the magic just like completely, it's like, it continues to expand. And I think, I don't know if we've mentioned this before, but like making the potential of an experience, rather than before, like you had your glass ceiling, right? You had your maximum, right? And so making that maximum now your minimum, and allowing the gifts to exponentially enhance your journey.
Well, that's expansion.
Yeah. But even with expansion, so many of us, and me included, in like, I mean, I can think of sort of even recent experiences thinking like, this is not, like, basically taking the experience and going back to maybe what happened in the past and giving it a limit because that's the most I'd ever experienced. Right. And instead just saying, no, we can dream up the most amazing everything and allow the universe to work its magic and bring it in.
And you're staying in the present moment, and you're aware of and allowing whatever's happening without judgment. Because if you had an expectation, say you said, well, I expect it to go this way and this way and this way, and that's going to get me to here. Instead, there may be a couple of little twists and turns or whatever, along the journey, you're still getting there, right? And it's not exactly as you planned. So if you stay open and you stay in the present moment and you're not judging anything, you're allowing that flow no matter what.
And the resistance that's created when we react and we have a negative
It slows the whole freaking thing down.
reaction, and it actually blocks
Yes.
what is really there for us.
Yeah, exactly.
If we block it, if we react, if we're just being put into a different vibration. If we close off, if we say no, like it's the beauty of just being in the flow and allowing just I don't even know how to explain it. It's just beautiful space to be in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is perfect.
This is I love how these conversations go. It's like and I love in speaking it, we gain more clarity around
exactly.
Even in these conversations. And I love when we have comments, because then it's like, oh, that's an even different way to look at it, and that just the engagement and the energy of each being coming in to create a new awareness, because we all are the most important pieces of the puzzle. Nobody has all the answers.
Oh my God, I just thought too, like how much just personally have I grown? Because somebody could have responded or reacted towards me like that. Let's just say without what?
I remember when it was a hard time. I remember exactly where we were in your car.
Oh my God, I know what you're going to say.
And I was probably
Was it at the corner where our house was?
Near the church, up at the top of the hill, the old neighborhood.
Oh my God, you remember that.
Of course I do. And so, but it was also like, oh my God, my mom like just spoke up and like, so somebody, I don't know if so, I was young, so someone cut us off or screamed something out the window or something.
Both.
And mom, I think you said, fuck you, or like, and you flipped him off, and like, all of us kids are in the car, and my mom like hardly ever used foul language then. I mean, we've all gotten much freer with our voices, not judging.
Well, I had 4 babies in the car, and yes, he did cut me off in the neighborhood. Yeah. And it was my fault, according to him, right? So he screamed some obscenities at me. And I was like, oh no, you did it.
That was funny. But I mean, and the just the contrast. I mean, all of us, right? I mean, we all like, how much have we transformed?
I know.
In even just in the last year, in the last 2 years, in the last 20, however long ago that was, like right. Yeah, it's pretty cool to
I know
to just and well, we could go on, but I think it's a good stopping point. I
think so great. Too.
So hopefully you all enjoyed. We're looking forward to engaging with you again. So please post your thoughts or questions or experiences, and we will be with you soon.
Very soon.
Mom's going back into the tropics.